off the bat, cynic in chief. Old Clairmeister barely up. Okay, we're going to roll early. We're going to roll this way early. That's fine. That's fine, cynic. Oh, hang on. I got my coffee makes me poop mug. We're ready to go. Given my troubles with StreamYard, and let's get this right. Is that right? No, that's not right. We got to get me even more centered. There we go. There we go. With Streamlabs and YouTube. Cynic Chief, who is an IG genius, by the way. Of course, not busted my balls, but he's like, hey, is that an open wound? Hang on. Let me go to the salt store. And he already starts off. Stream will be boomered by Clarey in 32 minutes. You ass. You ass. Of which, by the way, to introduce you to Chad Elkins, if you're going to be in the Chicago area, going to your theme parks, I'll put Chad. He's to be trusted. That's if Chad would wake his ass up in the morning. Cappy, why are you up so early in the morning? Well, children, let me tell you why. The old captain has to go visit a fan/friend in LaCrosse. And unlike some other people, like if they come 98% of the way because he comes from North Carolina, so he's come 98% of the way. It's like, well, shoot, I can go down there and visit you. I've had people where I've rolled through their town. I'm like, hey, can you come up to the hotel? Like, come up the 40 minutes. Hey, I'm staying here. You want to come out? No, come to the center of the downtown clogged artery traffic jam city. It's like, dude, I've come 99.8% of the way. Can you meet me at the Perkins or the Bob Evans or whatever the local Baker's Square? So he's got military training at Fort Volk. Fort something. Hang on, I gotta clear my throat. That is too early in the morning. And he's got to fly out of LaCrosse. It's got something to do with LaCrosse. I'm like, dude, LaCrosse is only like 2.5 hours away. So we're going to go have lunch. I'm going to ride the motorcycle down there. Haven't really rode the motorcycle much. Rode it just one way from the Black Hills area. Putzed around a little bit here. It's like anything else. I'll tell you this, guys, a little bit of older brother wisdom for the younger brothers and younger sisters. You every major new town, you have at most, if you're active, 7 years before you've thoroughly explored it and you're sick of it. And I'm even going the beautiful way. I'm even going the most beautiful part of the country that is not the West. I did not know this until I took my motorcycle ride out east to visit Beckloff and the gang. The most beautiful part of the non-West United States is the Mississippi River Valley. And I did not appreciate it or nor realize that. I've driven it before. I have them look this up. I took the motorcycle from the Twin Cities down to Red Wing, Hastings, and then drove all the way down the river to Galena, then cut over and visited Elkins and the crew. And that stretch, I thought like, oh, well, this is pretty, but it's going to be much prettier when I get to the Smoky Mountains. Nope. That was it. That was the prettiest part of the whole. Not to say Smoky Mountains weren't pretty, but and that's the stretch I'm doing today. And I've done that like at least 8-9 times. I'm going to do it a 10th time. And yeah, it's and then your boy is just like, all right, we'll do this again. So not a lot of miles on the motorcycle. I wish I had the energy to go out west, but I've been trying to build a new house. Keep in mind, emphasis on the trying stage of building the new house. You never actually get to the building stage, apparently. And holy cow, I have to thank all you, my listening audience, when me and DT did the podcast, and all of you guys came in giving me advice in your experiences with builders, like building a home. You're like, oh my God, it's a nice. No one ever told me. Old man Cappy, borderline boomer Cappy, knew nothing about building a home. I felt, like the skit Middle-Aged Man and Saturday Night Live. None of you guys saw it. You're too young. But he had all this wisdom. And I feel, I'm middle-aged, man. I should have, nope, no experience building a house. And man, is that a nightmare. That is, you should pretty, if I were to give you guys some general advice from the financial aspect, from the AWAC version, satellite level, is sit on your cash and wait for a recession to hit, especially a housing recession, and then go find yourself a builder. Because then they show up on time. I remember a buddy of mine was my tenant. He also had real estate. And he was saying, man, during the Great Recession, you'd find people, they show up sober, they'd show up, they bang on your doors if you had any work. Now, if it's not a $1.2 million job, they don't want to hear about it. But don't worry, the day's coming. The day is coming. Like the wall cometh for the women's. The recessions cometh for the tradesmen and the carpenters and the contractors. So I didn't get to ride that much. Didn't have the energy. Really didn't have the energy. SC writes, hey, Captain, I'd like to see more of Mary Jo. I want to talk about Mary Jo. If you guys have not seen the lovely Mary Jo and her twin sisters, did some asshole consulting for me. And man, not you guys, but the minority, but it's a loud vocal minority which should be ignored. But my God, can you guys just be happy there's a nice set of tits and a pretty girl answering a question? Can you just look, hey, here's this pretty girl. What's he doing here? Oh, get the chicks out. This is literally the He-Man Woman Haters Club. Was that it from the Alfalfa and the Gang, the Little Rascals? Hang on. Let me look that up. I think it was the He-Man Woman Haters Club. Woman Haters Club. He-Man Woman Haters Club. Our gang. The He-Man Woman Haters Club was a neighborhood boys club founded by Spanky and comprising nearly all boys in the club. Yeah, but didn't one of them end up getting soft on a girl, then he let her in anyway? Spanky founded the exclusive club as a defense against girls and Valentine's Day. But Alfalfa's heart was just not in it. His love for Darla keeps him from taking it seriously, but Spanky soon forces him to realize the bonds of brotherhood. Spanky later restores the club as an act of revenge after none of the boys gets invited to the McGillicuddy girls' party and institutes Alfalfa as president. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, booty bee. I mean, guys, you wanted the traditional nice girl. You want a sweet gal who's conservative in thought. She's Latina and dumb in that regard. She's very naive, ignorant, I'd even say. I'm working on that. So she's kind enough to come in, do a video showing her cleavage, and you guys, what's this thought doing here? Get the fucking broad out of here. It's like, you're genuinely misogynist. See, there's a fine line between what we typically do in the red pill or the manosphere or the alternative media or whatever you want to call it. And that is, you speak the truth. It's constructive criticism. Hey, ladies. Beastie Boys. None of you guys know who it is. Hey, ladies. We want you to be as successful as possible, but you're a woman, and there are some pros and cons to that. But right now, if you want to close the wage gap, major in STEM. Go major in STEM. Hey, ladies, if you want to be happy, there's nothing wrong with being a stay-at-home mom. We're not stopping you from going, but, don't come bitching and whining that your eggs are all dried up and there's a spider making a web on them at the age of 41 and you can't find no man-fish bicycle trademark. It's the tough love. It's the older brotherly harsh kicking of the asses that you need to get your dumb ass back into the real world. And don't worry, women don't discern between that constructive criticism that comes out of a harsh love and care, a tough love, and genuine hatred. They think we all hate them because that's how they're programmed and brainwashed. We're all misogynists, misogynies. We're all woman haters because we don't tell them what they want to hear. But for our moral purposes, for us to know inside of our own philosophical minds, which I guess is all we really have, is that there's a difference between get that chick out of here because fucking boobs. And then, hey, lady, stop voting for the fucking government and replacing men, that's not the path to happiness. Again, for the most part, women in the Western world are not going to be able to discern between something that is constructive criticism, that is intended to help them, although they may disagree with that constructive criticism, and an outright hatred. They've been programmed to view the whole world as misogynies, as the woman's haters, as the He-Man woman's haters club. Because patriarchy. I mean, it's about as thick as that. But at least here, guys, can you just be happy there's a cute gal that decided to do a little cheesecake and give you, do you want to see my dumb ass all the time? Mary Jo will be staying when she has the time. She will be an invited guest. I just get a kick out. Really? It's the, what's that like? You know, for one of the rare times a beautiful girl comes along and you fucking chick, get the fuck out. Why you listen to this, bro? Okay, fine. Go hang out in your basement. Go hang out at furry conventions. Go play Dungeons and Dragons with the rest of the Spurgs and the autists. Go have fun. But she will be staying. Let me get. God, there's so much stupid shit today. Let me get the sponsors out of the way. Oh, yeah, speaking of which, Doc's books come out. Dr. David Perotin's School of Errors. I will again say I did not like the book, not because it was written poorly. It was written great. It just, I thought it was going to be a numbers book. And yeah, look, there's Doc. He even signed it for me. But it's more philosophy, research, organizational behavior analysis, which is a lot of syllables. But if you have kids and you are concerned about school safety, get this book. I think it starts with a good model or approach, and basically it's saying there is no approach. Stop over preparing. Stop spending money on bollards. But then I was kind of thinking more of along the lines of an actuarial analysis. And for some reason, Doc, I don't think it was her too bad. He's like, you didn't like it? Like, well, it's not your fault, Doc. It was written fine, but where's the numbers? And he's like, oh, well, the editors, the publishers, they didn't want numbers. I guess he had numbers. And he says, they didn't want numbers. And I guess I got to sit and think about it. The editors and the publishers are right. Who wants to read numbers? Everybody wants the fifis. Everyone wants the emotions. No one wants to look at the data. We just want to have like the general philosophy. Oh my God, isn't that amazing? And it is interesting. Like the circus, the onus, the bonus. What was it? His Taurus, the Taurus of the bagel. Vince Malone talks about that all the time. And then how humans, even though individuals will act as complete quasi-sentient organs as a team, unconsciously. There's some interesting stuff in there, but it's all philosophy, and not philosophy. It's Jesus, theory, not theory. It's psychology, which is fine. But I'm like looking at the number. How many people are killed by shooters? What's the statistical chance? One of the more interesting thing is perfect example of it plays to the fifis and the emotions and the balls. Is when some hot middle school or high school teacher gets caught banging, the 14-year-old boy. And to this day, I know it's illegal and the gal should go to jail. We're going to, hey, eye for an eye, good for the goose, good for the gander type of thing. But I'm still like, you go, boy. Just, okay, keep rocking. Oh, no, his 16-year-old got to bang his hot teacher. Holy shit. You're never going to convince me because that's reality. You're just not. Unless he was like held down. Okay, I get it. But then you'd think because the media sensationalizes it all the time that this is happening left and right. And then I looked into the numbers and there's like 3 million teachers. And I think the Catholic Church is a riskier place for young boys. Honestly, I think it was, statistically speaking. It's this microscopic level that is just because it's saucy and sensational that you think it's like happening every day, and it's not. And I want to know, is that the same thing with schools? Are schools safe? It's like It's no different than airline. An airline goes down, that makes the news, but airlines are the most safe thing. It's sensationalism. It's a fantastic, not in a good sense, but in a shocking, is a fantastic thing that just happened. Were you watching? And that's what brings the clickbait and the brown journalism. Anyway, so yeah, Dr. David Perrodin, School of Errors, find that there. That's not the sponsor list. Come on, Claire. Well, let me go. What I got down here? Where did the other one go? Where is it? School of Errors. All these books. Some mine, some not mine. Why am I promoting other people's books and not mine? By the way, you can get the pinups of Mary Jo. I know, for those of you that hate women and cute tits, okay, don't go to the Patreon. But for those of you who want to see the pinups of Mary Jo, you thought that was something. You gotta go to patreon.com/AaronClarey. The Pence Principle. Basically, how not to get Me Too'd. Is there a Me Too season? I wonder. There's been a lull. There's been a lull of Me Too's. I wonder if Me Too season is like time with the college season, like when college, and then that's when the misogynies and the rapies and the Me Tooies happen. Has that run its course? Let me take a look. Let's go to Google Trends. Oh, maybe I get more coffee. Google Trends. Because I know that Megan soccer fella, she had her little spike up and down. What happened with the Me Too? Did this go up? Is this bubble burst finally? Oh, it looks like it has. Past 12. I don't want the past 12 months. Let's go like 2004 to present. There we go. No, Google. I don't want to take your fucking... Yep. Oh, yeah, the bubble burst on that one. The bubble burst. It's over this year. Me Too season will come back soon, late enough, I'm sure. Once those nasty boys ask those perfect pure girls out, and then they want to have sex with them. They want to have the sexes, which I don't even want to get into with last week's question from that gal. The two gals. But if I give up sex, what do I get in return? We're equal. No, you're really not. You're really not. Oh, we got an article. Let me get to this. We're going to talk about how women are truly not equal. I rarely say that, but I will be honest. Women and men are different. I know that may shock some of you. And women are better at some things than men, and men are better at some things than women. And we are inferior to one another in separate regards. For example, men make really shitty birthing people. But we're going to find out where women are truly inferior. Where the hell is my... There it is. Oh. All right, patreon.com/Aaron Clarey. I've added a new bonus podcast. It's called the Road Trip Podcast. So not only do you get access to Mary Jo's pinup picks and that really crappy, this high quality podcast that I totally don't just wing when I feel like I have the time. It's high quality podcast. You also have access to my finest post I've ever written called Sanity is the Future of Wealth. And that'll be there. If you're looking for some new stuff to read from me, I did have this. It's a paper. It really isn't it's a proposal called Privatizing Governments. You can find that on Kindle. It's just a short little piece. But it basically shows you how to privatize governments. I thought I was kicking around pursuing that. It's basically the quickest way to become a trillionaire. And I think it's got legs. If someone had more time and money than me, they could do it. But I looked at what would be required. I'd have to change my life. I'd actually have to work a real job. And then I have to deal with people. And it might say, here's how selfish I am. It would literally be the best revolution. Like we had the Industrial Revolution and that kind of, really cut down on death and increased people's standards of living and made food ample and all that other stuff. We had the technology revolution. This would be a revolution on par with that. People, we'd be so free. I'd imagine there'd also be the consequential economic growth. The tyranny would be all but eliminated. And you could make $1 trillion doing it. And I looked at how much time I'd have to give up. Fuck you. Good. Cappy gets a couple million. I've gone. Oh, there'll be a podcast. I'll write a book here and there, but I be like, no, I got mine. I'm out of here. See ya, gone. I really the world, no matter how much this idea might improve it and enrich me, it is not worth my time. And since I'm not going to be here in the future of the world, and basically I've become a weapons grade misanthropist. And I can't. I don't want to help any human. Like, if you're my friend and you prove it to me, yeah, I'll help you out. But my God, most people are such low grade pieces. It's the human species has convinced me that it doesn't deserve to live. It really doesn't. Because once they get a little bit of success, once they immediately default to laziness, they want to lie in a hammock. They're given this great gift of life and sentience in a finite amount of time. And most of you want to sit there, breed kids you can't afford, live off a government check, have everything given to you, and then bitch and whine because other people have it slightly better than you. And then you all piss away your time on majoring in stupid shit. Not you guys. I know you guys, but I'm talking the other people. I'm talking the remaining 99.9% of the population that just sits there and watches their sports ball and bitches and whines about, wage gaps when it's an effort gaps, or Jimmy has better shoes than Bobby. I mean, fucking Christ. It's kind of like, yeah, a bomb could go off. I don't care. It's kind of like, oh, did somebody get killed? Oh, that's too bad. It really is too bad. I'm sure they were a productive member of society. It's gotten that dark. Somebody goes and gets killed. Some young person gets killed. I immediately go, like they're in college. Oh, so-and-so went to help the Africans because she had the idea. She was the one. Madison and Tina went to Africa to help out the poor. And they had a new trick that no one ever tried before. Their mere presence. They were going to change the world and make it. Oh, they're dead now. Oh, they were raped. Oh, they're dismembered. Oh, they found their arm in the Republic of Chad. They found the other leg down in the Sudan. The head ended up in Tangiers. I don't know how that happened. And then in Nambia, and then the horse was found in Nambia. I guess they didn't. And then I'm like, it's a tragic loss. She had such a few. What did she study? What was she majoring in? Oh, she was majoring in international studies. So truly, no loss to the world. I'm sure the parents are distraught and torn, unless it's Amy Beale. Look it up. I'm sure the people who loved her, that's a tragic loss. But for the world, you could kill, or, Thanos snap. You could Thanos snap away all the international studies majors, and the world might actually improve because it's not like this sunk cost and pissing away of reason. It's not this malinvestment where good money created by the sacrifice of people's time to create goods and services is then thrown into a black hole where it's just pissed away on something that does not produce anything of value. But that's how dark it is. Tina McTits went to Guatemala to help the people because she had a different idea. She was going to change the world, and she was completely different than every other 19-year-old ditch that went down. Oh, she's dead now. Some with the drug and cartels, and yeah, they're not exactly Western civilization. Did you know that rape is common in Honduras? Who knew? And then the consequential killing, and 90% chance rape. But after you get raped, there's a good 80% chance you're going to get killed. She was studying to become a teacher. Thanos snap. All the teachers gone. Hey, Aaron saved a lot on his property taxes. Just can't care. Hang on. Thanos snap. I'm gonna do that. Just Thanos snap. Alaska Chaga. Right there. If you're looking for an alternative to coffee, which I frankly don't know why you would, go to alaskachaga.us and you can use the discount code Cappy. Or is it Clarey? Try both. I think it's Clarey. Yeah, it's Clarey. How do you get the discounts? You get the discounts by typing in Clarey, Clarey, at alaskachaga.us. It's like a tea. It's a mushroom tea, essentially. It sounds a little weird. I'd try it. Try it. See, out of curiosity, give it a shot. It has other health properties, helps your liver and the likes of that. Yeah, so if you want that caffeinated hit, but not too much, go to alaskachaga.us. La Maldición de la Intelligence. I've uploaded a edited version of that. I was on Piero San Giorgio. You could find him. He is French speaking. He lives in Switzerland, and he has a good channel if you speak French. English, he does the occasional English interviews. He interviewed Terrence Popp, myself, and Rich Cooper. So he does do English stuff. He's kind of a survivalist guy, and I was on his show. And he was kind enough to, he took the La Maldición de la Intelligence, the French version of Curse of the High IQ. And he's like, dude, there are so many errors and mistakes on this. I'm like, oh, so I'll never use that guy to translate again. And so now it's off to another editor, but he fixed up a lot of the errors there. So the new versions are quote unquote up. But if you're French, you know someone who's French, and you just don't like reading in English, La Maldición de la Intelligence, go ahead and get that. MasculineDevelopment.com. Check out our buddy John over there. I'm sorry, Tony. Check out our buddy Tony over at MasculineDevelopment.com. No, it's John Tony. Sorry, John Anthony. Confusing it. And he's got some books. He's got some articles. Check that out. The Praxi app. I'm on Praxi. If you want Praxey, get the Praxi app if you need to contact me directly and you got problems. And if you know, if it's not a crisis, go to assholeconsulting.com. I just had a kid come in. We did the math. I did the math right the first time. I was doubting myself. I got him a 40,000% rate of return on his consultation fee. He paid me $25 for a simple question. He's like, should I buy a new car? And I said, no. And I went online. I looked. I'm like, look, here's a year-old car of the car that you want with 20,000 miles, and it costs $10,000 less. And we did the math, and it was a 40,000% rate of return immediately. Can you get that in the market? No. Can you get that at a hedge fund? No. Could you be a big-titted redhead, 23-year-old, fresh out of college, parking her ass on Seeking Arrangement in New York City, getting the world's richest hedge fund and Wall Street guys to spend all their money and time? And could you get a 40,000% rate of return? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Probably not, though. Probably not. So go to assholeconsulting.com, and for God's sake, I mean, guys, it's like preventative maintenance. You know, like you don't go to the doctor when you have a heart attack. You go to the doctor every year, like, hey, check out the heart. Is there something? Oh my God, look at your cholesterol, Clarey. You got to get that down. Oh God, Jesus. I wrote that article about the value of a woman who can cook, and I just knew it was going to happen because I mentioned I have high cholesterol and I got to diet. And then all you fucking not doctors. You're not doctors. You're not cardiologists. You're not heart surgeons. Well, I have my master's degree in nutrition management. Not a doctor. Now, I have a PhD in nutrition. Not a doctor. I have a degree in kinesiology, and I've been reading a lot of books and blogs about cholesterol. Not a doctor. About the only guy I'm going to trust about health would be Dennis McGon. That's the only guy I'm going to trust. And he's got a bunch of books that you should read on health and dieting and everything. The reason I trust him is I look at him. He's a 62-year-old guy now, and he's completely ripped and jacked. He could kick my ass. That's who I trust. I will trust him because he's done some actual experimentation. All you gals who are also doing the fucking astrology and the essential oils, and you know, next year it'll be this thing, and the year after, and then sure enough, I had a bunch of gals and a bunch of cholesterol. That's a lie, man. And now I'm faced with like this paradox. You know, see, my grandpa died of a heart attack. I've had 3 friends, roughly my age, have heart attacks. One almost died. Not if you guys ever listen to Garage Logic, one of their co-hosts called Johnny Height, he had a heart attack. And it's kind of the funny thing. Like if you say, I'm trying to think of something that's benign. Let's say you you smoke a pipe every great once in a while, you smoke a pipe. Yeah, it's probably bad. Is there this microscopic chance you're going to get? Yeah, but you're smoking it once every 6 months to celebrate some kind of event. All right. Now, on the other end, clogged heart, there's a bigger consequence if all these not a doctors on the internet, self-proclaimed experts, are wrong about cholesterol. Like, because what's the drawback if I lower my cholesterol? Is there a drawback? Is there a consequence to that? What, I just have lower cholesterol. Everything's fine. But then they're like, oh no, that's all bullshit. You don't have to worry about it. Because that's kind of funny because, if I got toenail fungus, that'd be one thing. But if my heart goes, like, you see, there's this big thing. And I'm just like, how powerful is it? Is it the lies? Like, people really want to be, are lies that addicting? Are people that addicted to lies that feel good that they'll put their heart health at risk? I'm not going to listen to the 50-year-old soccer mom who's diddling around on the internet and signed up with team no carb, which is fine. That works. But then cholesterol, that's just all bullshit. That's all. Oh, really? Really? Maybe I should talk to a cardiologist who's cut open hearts. Look at all this cholesterol. It's all just, here, I want to be told I can eat whatever I want. You can. Don't worry, your heart will be fine. It's just your heart. Who gives a shit? Or where's your brain? It'll clog up something, your brain shorts out. And then you're a normie, conforming, and inferior who thinks you can go to Africa as Tina or Madison, the magical suburbanite white girl who will bring peace and joy and high GDP growth to the Africans. Oh, everybody, here we go. 85% of the cholesterol in the liver, right? Everyone's talking. I don't want to know. I don't care. I'd rather die than worry. I'm going to do my health. I'm going to do my diet. I am not wasting any time beyond reading Dennis's books. I'm not going to waste any time. Oh, this thing and that thing and that thing. And this. I'm not. Life is too short. I drop out of politics. I drop out of economics. I'm dropping out of the health. Eat vegetables, eat fish, eat chicken, take your pills, take your vitamins. Even a buddy of mine, I take fish oil pills. Oh my God, that's death. Why? There's mercury in there. Oh, you know what's going to shorten my life more? Every time I try to do something for my health, it's the naggers. Forget the wife. It's like, that's wrong. That's bad. That's horrible. Do this, do that. Hey, how about you all shut up and let me do my shit? Let me drink my coffee in peace. Let me have my cigar in peace. Leave me be. Maybe we should go through the super chats, make sure I'm not missing anything here. I'd feel bad if you guys had made donations. I did not answer them. Atham Eldecua for $2. Good morning, mofos. Hey, good morning. Are you up, Atham, or are you just getting up? Like, have you been up the entire time? Nonstop Dre for $4.99. I'm taking an honors psych class in my just stop right there, man. That shit show that Daniel Abbott or whatever his name is, hating on himself because he's white. The Good Men Project published the article, then they took it down because it got so much hate. Let me guess. Even before I read this nonstop Dre, let me guess. Your professor isn't talking about psychology or mental health. He's talking about politics and oppression, right? Am I close? And how you got to give him more money? That psychology is technically STEM since it's a social science. Oh my God, fuck you. Not you, nonstop Dre. Tell your professor, hey, hi, how you doing, prof? Fuck you. It's not STEM. Neurology is STEM. Neurochemistry is STEM. Psychology, not STEM. You know how you can tell it's not STEM? It's because of all the women that take that. I'm kidding. Shame. Women are just as capable as men is majoring in STEM and math. Find out a small house. Boo. What time is it? 8. So I got to shower. I got to clean up. Got to hop on the bike. Got to wear a sweater. It's kind of chilly today. $2 Subsinic in Chief. Vic Mignogna is fighting his Me Tooers in court. Oh, is this where they falsely accused him and then they went to the kangaroo court of Title IX in the colleges? The only reason that they have any pull is because they can pull away your college degree, which technically you don't need. Vic Mignogna. Vic Mignogna. Oh, he's not in college. What the hell? Jeez, he looks weird. No, not that one. American actor and musician known for his voiceover work in English dubs of Japanese anime shows. Oh, okay. He's in Full Metal Alchemist. I tried watching it. People recommended that to me. I'm like, I can't. Won the American Anime Award for Best Actor in 2007. Other notable animation roles include Broly from the Dragon Ball films, Tamaki Sway, and Uran High School Host Club. Oh, and a bunch of other anime things. Funimation. Oh, in February 2019, Studios Funimation and Rooster Teeth cut ties with Mignogna after a number of sexual harassment allegations. Allegations or proof? He denied the allegations, filed a lawsuit, and several individuals in April 2019 alleging defamation and torturous interference. Good. Until you guys fight back, this is, should start a GoFundMe account where, like, hey, have you been accused of, falsely of harassment or whatever? Here's your fund. Here's your $1 billion fund. Stephanie Lisa Frank. We got a girl in here. Hey, automatic weapons. What to do? To do what? Take out a herded deer up in booty boo, booty boo, booty boo. Scrolling. You guys can ask all the questions. I don't have time unless there's money attached. Not to be a complete dick or conserve a thought, but I just don't have the time. Nonstop Dre, $1.99. Lies will always sell more than truth. Yep, absolutely. I got one book remaining to write that I keep having to kick down the road. But after that, I will be starting my next books, plural books that are all lies. All lies. And I'm sorry, ladies, they're going to be targeted towards you because you'll pay for them more. You'll pay more. Men will pay more for sex. They will. And the counterbalance to that, and the yin balance, yin and yang, Buddhist sense of balance within the world, is you girls will pay for lies. You'll absolutely pay for lies. What are my T loves? T loves are pretty low. Was it 400 or something? It was on the lower end. It was in the normal. John Steele asked what my T levels are. But they're lower. And they're like, well, we could put you on testosterone. And I looked at what it costs. It's like, go fuck yourselves. You know what? If women are going to get free birth control and all that other shit, we should get free testosterone. All right? I'm just saying. Because the women's want the free shits. So we want the free testosterone. And you're sexist if you don't agree with that. $5 from Final Kill 44. Good morning, sir. Been up since 3. Can't sleep, so I worked out and studying now on data center and cloud computing. No school on this one, just work. Awesome. There you go. Carolina, I'll say hello to her because she's a buddy. What's she doing up so? Oh, that's right. Brazil's ahead of us. I keep forgetting Brazil shoots out into the Atlantic. Oh, and there's Mr. Elkins. Chad, would you like? Chad, I'll text you the thing. Let me invite you. We'll get Chad here if he wants to come on. You don't have to come on, Chad. I just know you like coming on. And soon you won't be able to come on at all because there we go. Da, 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 da. I have the Odd Couple song in my head because I will be driving through Wabasha, Minnesota today. And Wabasha is where Grumpy Old Men was filmed, which starred Walter Matthau, who was also in the movie The Odd Couple. See, Carolina, had you done the video like Mary Jo did, you too would be, at least an L-list celebrity. I pay Mary Jo, just so you guys know, I do pay her for her time. She is very kind and sweet. We could use more good-looking girls. You girls want to do, all 5 of you that listen to the show. Too many homeless people in this fucking city. Nonstop Dre for $4.99. I love how my STEM professors call out the BS in society. Really? The STEM professors are still doing that? I thought the STEM professors swallowed it whole. I'm very impressed. I'm happy there's some STEM professors that still have a toehold in the real world. I love how my STEM professors call it the BS in society and basically red pill the class. Of course, all my STEM classes are 99% men. But how do we close the wage gap? I've been thinking about that. They're really forcing STEM on women. Now, where was I driving? Where was that? Rapid City, of all places. I don't know why Rapid City. Maybe the South Dakota School of Mines. That's the only thing I can really think of. But there were multiple signs, and it was cartoon characters from Angry Birds. And what was the other cartoon? Was it Gru? Despicable Me? And it showed like the little female birds, like girls can STEM. It's the little female bird that can STEM. And then there was another one. There's a girl from Despicable Me. Girls can STEM. And it's like, okay, they can, but when will you? I mean, if you need this much prodding to get into STEM, and you go in there and then you drop out because, you want to have your kids. Do you want to STEM? If you don't want to STEM, nothing wrong with that. You don't have to STEM. It's America. Just don't bitch and whine about the wage gap. But then now I'm finding out, now, of course, this could be selection bias on Twitter. Anytime I'm like, shut the fuck up and go into STEM, I'll inevitably get some ideologue. I don't even know if these girls really work in STEM as much as they are protesters. Like one was like, I go to the state legislature every day to protest. I'm like, yeah, I don't think you're working in STEM. There might be a reason you got yourself a little wage gap there. Another one has her doctorate in chemistry, is pursuing it. And the women who go into STEM, they come in with they had to go to a mountain to chisel out the chip to put on their shoulder with anti-gravity devices so that it wouldn't crush their shoulder. The women that make it into STEM, I'm thinking, are getting in there and they're coming in with such an attitude about how they're oppressed and they finally made it into STEM and we're going to shove Me Too up your ass and we're going to force you to mentor. It's like, whoa, great skills. You were well on your way, but you're a grade A quantahaha. And now you're a legal risk and no one wants to work with you. I mean, I don't know. I don't work in STEM, guys. Because I remember, old Gen Xer Clarey, the gals who majored in STEM were really cool. One of my best friends was a female majored in STEM. And there was none of that lip. There was none of the attitude. They just like, physics. They liked math. They like actuarial science. They like whatever it was that they liked. And it happened to be in STEM. And yeah, I'd hire them in half a second. Now, I mean, guys, I don't know. Is that just my, is that selection bias on Twitter? Which it totally could be. But is there that cute little nerdy girl who just really likes programming and she comes in and she's normal? Or is it that she was, they view this as fighting the patriarchy first and foremost, and kind of maybe I like chemical engineering? I want to know, because if that's the case, your STEM degree was completely pointless. You're not going to get hired. And if you do get hired, it's going to be an affirmative action hire. You're going to put more focus and emphasis, like corporations are nowadays, on pronouns. I got the tag with the pronouns now. You got to put the pronoun instead of like, hey, how about we fucking work? And if the focus isn't going to be on work and efficiency and streamlining and excellence and doing the best we can to make the most amount of money, not only for ourselves, but the company. If that's not the focus and you're all fucking twiddling your twats looking down, well, I'm a vagina, but STEM vagina, go STEM vagina. Woo, we're going to have a pep rally and talk about STEM vagina. Go vagina STEM. When does the work? Well, then I guess you're not going to make the money. You're really not going to close the wage gap. And who wants to work with you? I don't want to work with people who talk about politics, conservative or Democrat. I go to the office to do my fucking job. Well, I used to when I was one of those normal people. Now, look at that. See, I can have it. See, I guarantee you, this mug right here, I can have this at work. Can you take this to work? How much you want to bet? I bet you, if you carried this to a regular office, your fucking ballless boss would come in. Excuse me, Aaron. Can I have a word with you? Yeah, you can. They never get around to it. Yeah. Well, we've had some complaints about your coffee mug. It's a little bit crass and insolent. Some people are offended. Yeah, who? Oh, I can't say. Oh, yeah, but just some people are concerned, and we gotta keep morale up. Hey, let's go. Can I buy you a coffee, boss? Yeah. Well, I'm thinking when I was downtown. We're walking across the street to go get coffee. Wait for a truck. Poof! Push that fucker in the road. And then I stand over his car. You see, maybe I should call an ambulance. But you see, I think I just don't want to see you fucking twitch and die your last fucking twitch, you piece of fucking shit bastard. Who's young? Can the Viagra replace that? Yeah, T-level 900. Client meetings till 10:30. I'll be on the road by then. Well, Carolina, do it. For all the ladies listening, I don't know if you knew this or not. Men are inspired and energized by women, but a certain type of women, pretty women. So Caroline, if you want to help out, I've given you the offer before. I'll pay for modeling. But you want to help out, go ahead. You can contact me. Nonstop Dre for $1. Why is Nonstop Dre carrying the weight here? What's going on? One of my professors worked for NASA. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. Scrolling. Oh, Jesus. Mary Jo's. Oh, fuck. Oh, dude, the video has gone to her head. Oh, my God. First text, I woke up at 6:30 this morning, ungodly early hour, and MJ and I are on the same time zone. And all of a sudden, ding! I'm like, it's Mary Jo. Hi, how's it going? What's going on? 1,500 some readers. We got 1,000. Oh, yes, sweetheart. You got 1,000 views. I don't know. Maybe it's 1,500 now. Yes, everybody likes your tits. Notice in the comment section, nobody knew what the fuck you were talking about. They were saying, anyone hear what you... No, I didn't hear it. I got to watch it again. I don't know what was it? What was the topic about? I don't know. I didn't pay attention. Go work. What's with you and you, Atham, Chad, and what's her name? Carolina. Don't you guys have jobs? Shouldn't you all be working? Oh. A lot of comments. No super chats. Poor Cappy. Barely going to have enough gas to get down and back. It's only Nonstop Dre who's going to help me out. What is with... Good Lord. I will point this out too, ladies. you get 3 or 4 gals in the chat room. Also, in the chat room's a little more chattier than normal. Oh my God, Tina, you have such nice shoes. Thanks. Nice to meet you too. Oh my God, what's your sweater like? Yeah. All right. Speaking of women in STEM, and I'm not a big fan, but I'm not a disbeliever either of the way women look, the way people look in general, not just women, but the way you dress and you comport yourself and you present yourself. I could kind of see if you're like on my team or not. This is from, what is this from? The Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. A hand up, not a handout. UTS lowers engineering entry bar for women. That's a handout. That's an insult. That is an official entity telling you women you need lower standards. This is truly sexist. This should also be insulting, but once again, I think women want to be lied to instead of be told the constructive truth. And it's written by Jordan Baker, who I don't know if she's going to take a pro or con stance or maybe actually do some journalism and just write about it. The University of Technology, Sydney will allow female school leavers to, I think that means graduate, they're leaving. They got different words down there, to enter its engineering courses with lower ATAR, ATAR, that's kind of their SAT scores. The males under a plan to boost the number of women in the field. So it's condescending to women and it's bigotry against men. That's what that is. I don't care what euphemism you use to say, oh, it's affirmative action. No, it's not fair. It's unprincipled. It's immoral. And it's insulting to everybody. The university applied to the NSW. I used to know what that means. The NSW Anti-Discrimination Board for permission to give 10 Australian tertiary admission rank adjustment points to female students applying for engineering and construction degrees next year. What is your total? What is that like a total? If that's a score of 1,000, okay, that's less than 1%. But what's the top score for an honor? Okay. 0 and 100 essentially. All right, so women get a 10% advantage. That's significant. That's significant. Do you guys understand it? Does the government understand that your hatred for men, or at least men view this as hatred for them? You understand that? It's just not acceptable. Not acceptable at all. We were told our entire lives that women are equal. Well, start fucking acting like it, ladies. This is getting mighty fucking sick and tiring. I know women who work. I know women who carry their weight. And now you are discriminating against men. Period. And it's not the only thing. There are many other things also. Oh, God, men are shooting up places. Gee, I wonder if there's a connection. Men aren't going to school as much. Men aren't trying to, wonder why. And then there's a picture of gals. They're women. You could say that. Not wearing makeup. They're not feminine. Aaron, shut up. That's your show. Go. Hey, you know what? The mainstream media and big tech, you can hear about how women don't need makeup. You can hear any leftist opinion you want. It's the officially sanctioned narrative and government and academic approved position to have. Okay. If you want independent thought, you come here. And I'm pointing out that none of these gals, I mean, they're female, but they're not feminine. Well, the Asian gal's kind of cute. She's all right. The rest of them, though, you could tell, and that's fine. It's fine. They're not in it to find a guy. They're not here. Men are the last thing on their mind. Fine. They're going to go into engineering and STEM. Cool. But again, it tells me that I'd say there's an 80% chance these are the types that are not just going to go and major in engineering or whatever. They're going to shoot themselves in the foot with bringing a bunch of political lip with them and an attitude about, I got to prove to you that I'm a Westlake lady. We build plastic straws here. Okay. That's all we do. This is not a political battleground. Do you want to help us build the plastic straws by using your chemical engineering degree to find a cheaper, stronger straw or material or not? Or are we going to have meetings about Me Too and Lean In and all this other bullshit? These seem to be the type. Could be wrong. Again, can't tell everything from looks, but I'm looking at like, I'd be like, yeah, great. You know everything about electrical engineering. You know this, you know that. Am I going to get sued? Are you going to work? Are you going to raise awareness at work? Are you going to actually get the shit I need you to do to be done? Gladly pay you good money to come here and work. But are we going to have... And now we got to wonder, like, okay, the standards were lowered for you. Are you as good of an engineer as I can hire? Bobby only got a B+ average, but he's a guy. Should I add 10 points to his score to like actually find out what the real score? Maybe I want to hire Bobby. Because I guarantee you something, when I hire Bobby ain't going to come in there with attitude and lip. He's just going to be, yeah, I'm here to work. Well, unless he's like an effeminate male feminist. Those guys might. But they're only triggered. They only go into action with the politics if women are involved because they use the politics to get the pussy, which never worked in the history of liberal, effeminate men claiming to be feminists and agreeing with women's politics to get laid. I don't think that ever happened. Many universities allocate adjustment points based on disadvantage or illness. I could see illness maybe. Why don't you just wait till you're better to take the test? But UTS Director of Women in Engineering and IT, Arti Agarwal, said she believed the university would be the first to base them on gender. Doctor in what? Okay, hang on. Are you an affirmative action hire yourself, lady? Yes, you are. Wait, no. What? No, Arti. This goes to Arti Agarwal, which is the beautiful American Indian lady who is a hero. Look into her. Arti, Aarthi Agarwal. That's not her. Arti Agarwal. Is this the gal from? No. Is this the gal? I got to find out. No, that's not her either. Maybe Arti is a very common Indian name. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Dr. Agarwal said a better gender balance will lead to improved student outcomes and better buildings and design in the wider world. No, lowering standards results in less strength. That's a lie. Lots of research. Oh, I'm sure it's unbiased too. I'm sure it was done unbiasedly and unpolitically. Has shown that teams are more productive when they are gender balanced. They come up with better ideas and better solutions, she said. I would love to see that research. I know when women are present, pretty women, production goes up with men. The Chinese figured that out where they hired like 3 or 4 gals to like simply be pretty and talk to the programmers and get them coffee, and production shot through the roof. That's true. We women ride in cars. We use public transportation. We do all kinds of things, she said. If they're only being designed and engineered by one gender, then the requirements and needs of the other gender could be missed. Oh, Jesus. Oh. So glad I'm dying in like 30 years. I'm worried about the cholesterol, but then there's a piece of me. I was like, you know what? I'll Thanos out, man. If you've seen the latest Thanos, he's like really injured and weak at the beginning because he destroyed the rings or the agates or whatever the hell it was. And he's just making some food. I'm kind of like, yeah, I think I could pass on. Dr. Agarwal said female participation in some UTS engineering programs, such as mechanics and mechatronics, was as low as 4%, leading to a heavily male-dominated workforce. Because why let women choose their own path, right? You know, fuck them. They got to... Faculty's research also found that bonus points could boost female enrollments. Really? In fact, you needed research to find that out, that lowering standards would boost enrollment. No kidding. Hey, Cynic, do you know that if you got rid of those, you must be this tall to ride this ride sign, you know, if you got rid of that, more kids would ride? Did you know that? Again, this is where the world can die. It can all go fuck itself. And let's be truthful, this is where white people go when they get unlimited funds. What do white people do with unlimited funds? You get Portland, you get Seattle, you get San Francisco, and you get money actually spent on research to find out that if you lower standards, it'll boost enrollment. The decision would not lower the quality of graduates. Bullshit. By definition, that's lower standards. White is black, blue is green, the sun is cold, the water is hot. I really cannot stress this enough. We are not taking people who don't deserve to be here. Shut up. Jessica Massa, a fifth-year student in civil and environmental engineering at UTS, said gaining entry to the course is just the beginning, and the female students would still have to prove themselves during their degree. You know what I want out of civil engineering? Safe bridges. You know what I want out of my doctor? A guy who can patch up my heart. Not someone who played it on easy mode. Some people I've spoken to think it's a handout, because it is, but I think it's a hand up. Well, you can call it whatever you want. Some people call it cancer. I just call it different types of cells. Different types of really aggressive Borg-like cells that want you to become like them. They're just really interested in you. I don't call it herpes. I call it the scratchy crotch. Hello, scratchy crotch. I hope it does act as an incentive. They will still be able to prove themselves throughout the degree by doing just as well, if not better. But Andrew Norton, director of higher education at the Groton Institute think tank, doubted a TAR concession would encourage more women to study engineering. It's a very male-dominated workplace, and work we did recently showed that even when women have the qualification, they don't work in the area because of the nature of the workplace. What, math? Look, ladies, we got to adapt to you all the time. How about you adapt to us? Does that occur to you? Are you so philosophic? You're so myopic that you're like... The world really doesn't exist. It's just you. It's just me. And nobody else exists. And the whole world's just bend around to me. Could you guys sit down and think about, what if the world was bending over backwards to accommodate you like this? Could you imagine? Girls are asking you out, taking you out for dinner, buying you shit, picking you up. Doing all the hard work, trying to be funny and witty on the internet or at the bar. Then they go and they study the hard shit. They get shat upon. They get told that they're bigoted and sexist and racist, or not racist, misandrist. Yeah. And then every fucking article, the big institutions of the world, like, we're here to empower men, like a constant fucking cheerlead section 24/7 from every major institution and entity in the country. The government, the education industry, the corporations, the employers, the nonprofits. I mean, what? I've never had my dick sucked so much like that. Take all the girls in all my life that have given me blow. That's not even a lick compared to the amount of dick sucking that the established entities of the Western world go and suck the dicks, metaphorically, of women. More than half of all students starting a bachelor's degree at an Australian university are now admitted on a basis other than their ATAR, which many universities using bonus points interviews are offering places based on HSC results alone. Adjustment points raise a student's tertiary entrance rank for a university that allocates them. Oh, it's almost moot, because I almost guarantee you the Australian universities want just as much money from their college students as American. Like you can get in, you can get into college. You can get into college. An accredited college. They'll take you. They need your money. If a female applicant's ATAR is 69, then UTS would consider it to be 79 after adding the 10 extra points. Well, thanks for explaining that. I guess you had to explain to us that by lowering standards, more people would get in. But that's not lowering standards. But the revised rank would not be recognized by any other university. Zero comments? There's zero. Comments are now closed. I'm sure it is. Oh. The Pence Principle. I already talked about that. 4 Pillars of the Neo-Renaissance Man. Get that book if you're looking for some guidance on how to be a man today. in this world where you are bigoted and evil and hate the women's, which is why they have so many advantages. You can find that on Amazon.com. Cafe Richeese, you find that at Cafe Richese, Richesse, CafeRichese.com. It's Cafe Richeese. RDK Legal, if you're about to get divorced, you're about to get married, you're about to do anything that would be committing to one another, and you have to live in Florida or Illinois, go to rdklegal.com and talk to Russell. And Rahul, his buddy from Minnesota. They do divorce, and that's all they do. And they do it with a smile on their face. Like to advertise on the show, you may. It's $100 a month. That gets you a plug on my YouTube channel. Videos. Hey, Mary Jo, what if I had Mary Jo do the advertising? I've been trying to get her to advertise my books. She actually has them. Mary Jo, you got to get on that. How about this? Why don't you put together a couple things? I'll have you read some excerpts from the book. You wear a cute little outfit or something. We'll see how that goes. We'll see what that does for sales, and we can infer a price that you could charge other people, predominantly men. I don't know what women are going to hire you. Because team girl, right, Mary Jo? The girls just love you, I bet. I bet they're all pro. Yeah, the team girl really disintegrates really quickly when you throw in a good-looking one. That's oh, where are we? Fan mail. I gotta go. Let's do some fan mail real quick because my good buddy Kerry Lutz, I gotta call him. Where'd he go? Where is he? Here he is, Kerry Lutz. FinancialSurvivalNetwork.com. Him and I have been colleagues and pals for 5-6 years, maybe 7. Yeah, it's been 8 years I've known Kerry, because he had me come down to do a speaking gig, and I was in Wyoming at the time. That was almost 8 years ago. So Kerry writes in, Aaron, finally took your advice and began dance lessons. I'm totally hooked. Easiest way ever to pick up women. It's amazing, and it's amazing fun. I feel like my life has changed before my very eyes. Hope all is well. Talk to you soon, Kerry. Dude, that's so freaking awesome. Kerry he is. He's this very big, tall Jewish guy from New York. And he was very portly. He's overweight. There's no other way to put it. He was overweight. Then he lost like 70 pounds. And then now he's taking dance classes, and yeah, good old Kerry. Yeah. If you want to get into things like cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, precious metals, stuff like that, he covers economics more along the currency and national debt side than I do. And he has guests and people on. So if you want to get into investing, retirement planning, stuff like that, tune into Kerry's program, FinancialSurvivalNetwork.com. But that's really good. I'm glad to hear that. And I sent him another email. He's doing swing, foxtrot, hustle, and a couple others. All the women at the dance studio seem to be married, but still fun. And all women love to dance. Absolutely. Absolutely. They're all married. Yeah, sure they are. I mean, they are. I mean, there's a paper somewhere at a county that says they're married. I think I would have slept with about a quarter less women if I didn't sleep with married women. I won't lie to you. I won't lie. There's just no reason to respect the institution. Half of them end up in fucking divorce. 80% of those that don't end divorce, the people hate each other. Don't give me this shit. You just, yeah. Well, I won't sleep with her on moral ground. She's got to sleep with somebody. Might as well be you. Might as well be you. Did that. I can do my books later. Let's do pushingrubberdownhill.com. Visit our good friend Adam Piggott. He has a book called Pushing Rubber Downhill, and another book called Run Guts Pull Cones. Pushing Rubber Downhill is a must read. I would again throw that in the league of Bachelor Economics, The Rational Male, and what was Jack Donovan's book? Way of Men. The Way of Men. That is just an absolute must read book. If you haven't read it, please go get it. He also has a website, pushingrubberdownhill.com, where he writes, and he also has a podcast that he is converted to MP3. Thank God, because my life expectancy was not going to last that long. All right, let's go back into the super chads. How far are we? Where did I leave off? 58. Did we go that long? Oh, I did. Oh, I got to scroll up here a bit. Darius dropped in $5. Is everybody cursing at everybody now? You need me to come on for Chad? I sent you the link. Come on in anytime you want. It's on your Twitter. Final $2 from Final Kill 44. No one wants to work less. There's a benefit. Laughing out loud. $5 from Darius Thurman. I could see your stuff at work again. Yes, I'm at work. My T level is 910. Here's some gas money. P.S. Biology is the most common female STEM major. Yeah, and it's sad because biology is it is legit STEM. It is science. And it's tough. It's not easy. But there's no fucking pay. So for that amount of effort and energy, you might as well have gone into like some kind of engineering. Not environmental engineering. That's not a thing. It's not a thing, ladies. I'm going to save the environment. I remember I was reading an article one time. This is when Obama was president. And this dope, younger Gen Xer, he majored in environmental science. I thought there were going to be jobs because Obama said they're going to spend more money on the environment. But there isn't. You know who gets environmental engineering jobs? They're called mechanical engineers and electrical engineers and chemical engineers and aerospace engineers. Those big windmills, those aren't designed by environmental sciences majors because you don't know how to design an airfoil. You don't know how to design a turbine. See, because whether you realize it or not, the engineers produce all this shit. They design it. Well, I mean, produce it, but they design it and they build it. They create it so that you guys can use their tools and say you're safe. See, the Prius was not made by sociology majors. It was made by electrical engineers, right? So while you guys are jerking off because you have an environmental sciences degree and you didn't do jack fuck all shit to actually help the environment, don't worry. The real STEM people will actually build the shit that makes more fuel efficient planes, cars, things like that. Awesome. I may just hop in the shower and go ride my bike. Maybe I'll take a little bit earlier. Scrolling. Keep that doggy scrolling. Sam Whiskey. That's a cool name. Sam Whiskey. Maybe I'll make that a guy in my comic book that I'll inevitably have to do a fundraiser to pay some artist to draw for me. I'm not joking. It's going to be coming around in the $250,000 mark. And most of that would go to the artist because I have this long comic book idea. And I need an artist. Guys, don't, unless you're good and you know you're good. I heard you're looking for an artist and you send me this shit that I can draw with my 3-year-old niece with crayons better than you. All right. Don't say. Now there's another guy who did send me and he did the cover for one of the Captain Capitalism best of, I think it was Reserved or Top Shelf. He's a good artist. But for every one of him, a true talented artist, I get some really shitty. Hey, go back to your mom's basement, take your Spurg pills. No, you're not an artist. For $4.99, what's your thoughts on not dating women with high college debt and society expects you? I think you meant expects you, and society expects you to help them pay it off once married. Well, one, you're not going to have it depends on your age. The younger you are, it's like, well, how do I, what do you think about dating liberal women? Well, the younger you are, you don't really have a choice. And the younger you are, you're not going to have a choice dating a girl with student loans. They're going to have that. The question is whether they're abating said student loans, whether they're paying it off, Or are they the type to say, I need a bailout from Bernie Sanders and Ocasio-Cortez because the evil corporations and the white men keep lowering standards for us to go into STEM, but I don't want to major in STEM. I want to major in poetry. I mean, yeah, you got to look out for that. But, by the time you're 30, you shouldn't have student loan debt. In your mid-late 20s, you should be paying it down. The gals better be working 2 jobs because it's a liability. And fuck society. Fuck what society says. Here's the other thing. I don't think society has ever outright come out and said, you must pay off women's student loans if you marry them. That has been more of just the expectation where the guy who's the engineer, the accounting man, the one who does the real job, and then, Tiddly Magoo comes along with their sociology degree and, $40,000 student loan. It's pussy that gets men to do that dumb shit. I mean, forget the wedding ring, forget the wedding. You dumbasses will pay off your wives' student loan debts. Okay? Now, in the olden days, when the student loan debt wasn't that much, and maybe your wifey poo wanted to have some kids, all right, here, get rid of this. This is done. But nowadays, especially for you millennials and you Gen Zers who are entering college in about maybe, 4 or 5 years from now, you're going to start looking at marriage. No, absolutely not. That is a crippling blow. The number one reason for divorce is finances. Piss poor ones, I might add. No one cites he was too rich. We had too much money. That's why we had to get divorced. Never happens. But yeah, it's a huge legal liability. Absolutely. I mean, I remember a while ago, the GF had a car loan and some credit card debt. I'm like, get rid of that shit. Nope. Get rid of the car. Get rid of that shit. Oh my God, there's no debt. And look at what happens to finances. But you can date. Oh, absolutely. Look, I don't care if you're bang married women. So yeah, you could date women who have college loans. Yeah, have sex. Go date them. Don't fucking marry them. And here's another thing. All women, not all, the vast majority of young girls are liberals and leftists. Why? Because they were told to be, and they do what they're told. They don't have independent thought. They really don't. Until you women start proving to me, and some do. But the vast majority of your 20-something girls are just going to be rank Marxist leftists and not even know it. They won't even know it. So you don't have a choice but to date liberal gals. A lot of them are going to be indebted, not only because of student loans, because then they got to go party and travel. So you can date them, but usually you can get some of them, like, hey, this once they leave college, once they leave the indoctrination camps, then you could start saying like, nah, this isn't going to happen. No, I'm not going to marry a gal with student loans. No, I got my own financial problems to worry about. No, I'm not going to pay for you. Then some of them kind of wake up a little bit. They realize they've been had. They realize they've been lied to. They realize they want to have kids. I remember one guy, he's a real good rip guy, and he met a party girl at a bar, took her home, and she started thinking like, well, are we a thing now? And he's like, I would never marry you. He's like, you offer nothing of value to me. She's just like, what? Because she was pretty. She was used to just getting everything handed to her. He's like, I'll have sex with you, but look at you. You're doing pot. You're on drugs. You're drunk. I mean, yeah, you're fun for sex. But if you want me to like this to be committed, oh, you got to get off your drugs. You got to do this. You're going to cook. You're going to da. And she did. I mean, a lot, now this guy's an incredibly good looking guy. And for the right guy, women will take their politics and throw it out the window because the genetics kick in. But that's you got to hold your guns. You got to hold your standards, and you got to be a really high quality man. And then all that feminism and I know you think that's the great. They're in heels and lingerie if you're that good looking of a guy. If you're just an average dope like me, the regular schmo, you're basically like, yeah, no, I'm not. You could argue or negotiate or explain. I have negotiate. You can explain. Say, here's how it works, and I'm not really interested. and you just hold standards like, no, I'm not. No. When your $80,000 student loan balance goes down to 20. Maybe we can talk, and what are you? You have every right, gentlemen, to say, well, what are your finances? You got student loan, and you could, because they want to complain about, oh man, this, that, you could play sympathetic. Man, I got so much. What do you got in student loans? Oh, don't tell me. Oh, victim. Oh, I majored in women's studies. I have a doctorate. I have $200,000 in debt. Oh, what was it? I have a car. You're like, whoa. You could play it and then you just leave. But if there's a gal, oh yeah, I got 35,000. I got my degree in accounting. Yeah, it's really hard. I have some credit card debt, but I'm working to pay that off. All right, man. Oh, and then I voted for Hillary. Well, of course you did. Of course. So, maybe you hold on to that one and no, this is how it's going to work. I mean, one of the easiest things to do is you just show them the federal budget. Like, here, have you ever seen that? Well, then how are you forming any political opinion? And there's the betting tactic I've always talked about before. I bet you're wrong. What do you mean I'm wrong? You're wrong about, pick whatever political thing. You're wrong about this thing in the state budget. No, I'm not. I'm like, I bet you a blowjob you are. What? I bet you a blowjob you are. And then she likes you. She'll like, fine. Because their egos won't let them think they're wrong. And you look it up and they're like, oh, shit. Why don't you? All right. Bill P for $4.99. Thanks for all you do. Please have a great weekend. Thank you. I will. Unless I crash the motorcycle, then it would not be a great weekend. But if I'm dead, maybe it would have been a good weekend. As far as I knew, my buddy saw a guy go straight into a cliff at Sturgis, and they speculated the guy's heart went out. He had a heart attack, and bam, dead. He was happy until he died. How awesome is that? Big Dill says, I am beautiful. Thank you, Big Dill. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. God, I'm going to have to ban the girls from being in the damn chat room because none of you are giving any super chats. Here we get fine. I got to scroll through 1,000 posts. $5 from Final Kill 44. What do you think of the rise of loneliness in America? It sucks. It's horrible. That's what I deal with. A lot of it has to do with these damn things and what we're on right now. Although I really appreciate all you guys being here because, we kind of get to talk and hang out. This, I would say, is affecting younger people. I'm going to assume Final Kill 44, you're younger, but I could be wrong. I think this is what's hurting the younger people today. I think this is also in the online social media is why there's an increase in depression because no one's getting out anymore. In terms of my generation, Gen X, most of the people have kids. And what's really sad, I saw this happening even in my late 20s. It's I'm getting tired. I'm tired. We're staying in. I'm tired. Like take Elkins, for example. Him and his buddy, they go sailing on Lake Michigan. Chad doesn't get tired, right? Atham doesn't get tired. He goes spelunking. He goes smoking. He goes hiking. But they're rare. They're very rare. And we're talking 100-mile radius. I can pull hot babes over on the Waizaze easier than I can pull my friends. Who are my friends? They don't hate me or anything like that. To get them to go get a fucking beer. And it's the same excuse. They're tired. Some of them don't even have kids. Or the kids are gone, or the kids could take care of themselves. And man, everyone and they die. You essentially die. You're throwing in the towel. You're giving a towel. You're giving up on life. They just stay in. And if you stay in physical shape and you're active past the age of 40, be prepared to be alone. I mean, yes, you'll occasionally have dinner with some folks. Yes, you'll occasionally meet some people for a cocktail, but it's rare. So enjoy your 20s while you got that crew and no one's married and it's the same group of people. It'll inevitably will atrophy away. They will go away. And a lot of it's just people are lazy, man. They just want to stay in and watch their TV and play their video games. I don't know what's going to happen with this generation. What's going to happen when you guys hit your 30s and 40s. I think it's the sacrifice or the forfeiting of focusing on your own life and improving yourself as your own individual, especially when you have kids, which you should. Your kids come first. You got to focus on the kids. That's your but then it's like they never rediscover themselves or go back. You see a little bit of it when people retire. there is a social group that exists, and it's old retired men in Las Vegas. And that's where I get, when I go out to Vegas, that's who I see them all. I don't see Baldoni. Baldoni's working. He's flying around. He's got stuff to do. He's singing. He's performing in different places. Other buddies, another buddy of mine, he's a nurse practitioner and an emergency nurse. He works in the ER. These are all people my age. Occasionally I'll see him at the cigar lounge, but that's about it. But hiking, shit, I've hiked with Atham more. He'll come down from Reno more than most other people. And if there's any social group, it's you got to go 65 and older. And then these people finally, I think, and these are the smarter ones, I think. Not to say if you golf, you're smarter, but usually you have a little bit more income. Although I'm finding really cheap places to golf out there. So it's not a cost prohibitive sport down there anyway. But I think these guys are saying, wow, we're looking at the last decade of my life potentially. Let's go out and have fun. So those guys are kind of fun to hang out with. But there's still that lack of camaraderie. You know, you'd like to have your generation, like, because I walk in with the old farts. I say, hey, remember A-Team? They're like, what the hell is that? And then I talk to you young farts watching your damn phones. I'm like, hey, you remember the A-Team? You guys are like, what the fuck's that? It's like, it's so lonely. No one remembers Knight Rider. So it sucks, but it's everybody else's fault. What do you want me to do? I mean, you go to meetup groups? Holy shit, are those lame? Those are lame. $50 one, $2 from $50. MIS degree in 98. No regrets. There you go. Hey, man, you got there in time, but then the .com busted, but you still were on pretty good footing. $4.99 from Joe Jones, our good buddy Joe. Building a house tough? Wait until you deal with permits and local government. Just be ready for it. Yeah, I may just let the house or the property just sit there. I hate to say it. I think dealing with the local government will be a lot easier than finding contractors. We'll see. I had a really bad experience. I'm not going to let it tarnish my view of others, but we'll see. But we're going in much more eyes wide open, much more precise requirements and standards, and saying, before we go further, I need this. Before we go further, we need this. And so far, it's been better. People have gotten to me more efficiently. Girls shame each other into being leftist serious groupthink issues. I don't care. God, half the goddamn texts are you broads. You girls are like 2% of the listening audience, but you're half the chats. Cynic in Chief, $2. Clarey gets a senior discount when he goes out. God dang it! I'm hoping this turns into Gennaro Solis Jr. Hey, what's up? Have fun, Aaron. I will. Thank you for the $5. And let's go here. My books. Reconnaissance Man. Please get that book for yourself or for any young person who is about to go out into the world. And by out into the world, I mean 16 plus. Okay. If they can drive, get them the book. Mandatory read so that, you don't end up living in a shithole like poor TJ Martinell did for most of his life in Seattle. That you go and you enjoy what this great country has to offer in terms of nice. There's still nice neighborhoods. They're just not by the major metro areas. You got to find the right place. I take that back. Vegas and Phoenix are really nice. Dallas was nice. Like Denver, it's going downhill. The Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty. Any brothers listening? If you're a brother, put a 1 in the chat room. All we got is girls. Get the Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty. You have to be black, you have to be male, and you have to be poor, and you have to want to get out of it. And that book right there will do more to help people get out of poverty than all of the government programs combined. And I'm being serious about it. There's Bachelor Pad Economics. That's my book. It's the financial advice Bible for men. Every man should get it. Please go buy it. Read it. It will be worth your time and money. Maybe not 40,000% rate of return, but I'll give you 1,000% rate of return. You'll get 10 times your money back. What is this doing? Why? Let me get this over here. Sorry, guys. All these websites. We're going to do this for you without you asking. Worthless, Young Person's Indispensable Guide to Choosing the Right Major. Please get that book for any child or nephew or niece that you have that's going into college. I did the data more recently for my book on the millennials. And we're still at 85% worthless degrees. No one's learning. Enjoy the decline, accepting living with the death of the United States. If you're sad, if you watch the news, if you get angry and the first thing you do is tune in to Drudge Report, please start your morning by stepping off with the right foot and getting in a good mood. Don't waste your life like I did, being pissed off looking at the news, all right? You all got maybe half your life left, optimistically. Do you want to do that, getting pissed off, yelling at the screen and worrying about what Ocasio-Cortez is saying, or Ilhan Omar, if she's having sex with her brother or not so she can gain residency, whatever the fuck that thing is. Enjoy the decline. Curse of the High IQ, that's for everybody listening, even Mary Jo. But more serious note, if you guys are tuning into this, you are suffering in other regards. Speaking of loneliness, there's another one, right? Are you lonely? Are you pissed off? Are you angry? Do you not know why? Get the book. It's not going to explain everything, but it's going to explain some stuff like, oh my God, no wonder. One of the main reasons I'm so angry in life is because my childhood was forced and wasted in school. Well, you need an education. Yeah, I needed an education, but I didn't need to do it that horrifically inefficient prison-like way. I mean, my God, I could have just sat and read books. This was things that people would read before the internet. I mean, and not to sound, but I wonder if there's a little bit of a latent or low-level PTSD after some high IQ people go to school for 13 fucking years, sitting in there with these goddamn troglodytes playing to the lowest common denominator. Wondering why you're only getting a 2.1, you can only get a C because your brain is shutting down because your teacher's dumber than fuck, and so are all the kids in the class. You're just really arrogant. You think that. Yes, I am that smart. No, I'm not that arrogant. I'm confident. Not a shit. When I tried straight A's all the time, no problem. Wish I didn't try in college. It wasn't worth it. I might as well have graduated with a solid C. I graduated. You see, because the Carlson School of Management, when you graduate with a degree from the Carlson School of Management, you can have a D- average. It's still better than a Harvard MBA. Poor Rich's retirement, for those of you who have not started, everybody, if you have started saving up for retirement, put a 1 in. If you have not started saving for retirement, put a 0 in. And for all of you who put 0 in, go drop the $12, you get Poor Rich's retirement. It's retirement for everyday Americans, not the lucky baby boomer who made his 6 figs back in the 80s. Okay, not that guy. This is for you schmucks like me. You make your 40 grand a year. You're conservative with your money. You squirrel it away. And it tells you how to do that. Isn't this like Robert Kiyosaki? No, it's not. It's actually a philosophical and psychological book. And if you've already read my books, please review them online. I'd appreciate if you go and write some reviews. I always have the SJWs giving 1-star reviews like, this guy's a dick. Not saying anything about the book itself. Please go and write a review for those. And then if you're really bored, you get my best of books. You get Captain Capitalism Top Shelf, Captain Capitalism Reserved, and Love Letters to the Left, where I take all my posts from my blog and back it up in case Google decides to delete it. So those ideas and thoughts are forever like free speech until Amazon decides not to publish them anymore. But then there will be the book somewhere until we have book burnings. And then we'll all wonder, like, why are we the Borg? And there's that there as well. All right. Let's see. We got the one. Oh, okay. We do have some brothers in here. What do we got? We got Thomas, Alexander Ray. Wait, Thomas, you're not black, are you? You look white based on your picture. You look white. Are you black? Alexander Ray, he's black. Nonstop Dre. I'll believe with a title like that, you are black, Nonstop Dre. Gennaro Solis, he's black. Trav's very kind enough to actually post a picture of himself that looks like, hey, he is black. I guess we do have the brothers in it. Hello, brothers. Darius, Alexander. This is for the people who've saved up money. So Darius started saving up. Alex started saying, Sean, go get that book, Sean. Thomas, he started saving. CB Blaster saving. It's all minor -1. Get to work, man. Steeker Shock. Yep. There you go. Start the Vanguard Roth. If you guys want, I'd recommend looking into Betterment. That's I'll go into reasons later, but I'd say you guys look into Betterment. Sast, he's got one. Benedict, he's got one. All right, it's good to see all you guys investing. That's great. All right. Good. What was it? 9:35. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to the super chats here. 25. Would be helpful to have Chad to read through this. Chad's too busy. Chad's too important. No, that's already did that one. Cynic in Chief. So this is from Josip Havarto. $5. Hi, Aaron. I want to immigrate to the United States and major in computer science. I'm 20-year-old male planning on becoming a software engineer. Is there demand for software engineering? SE? Yeah, there's demand. And you're doing it the right way. You're majoring in stuff where you could get the HB1 visa, then you come in on a green card, yada, yada, yada. That's the way to do it. But if you want to do it the illegal way, ask Mary Jo. You just be Mexican, walk across the border, and you get a whole bunch of free shit in California. But there's feces on the street. So, you know. And by the way, Mary Jo is not Mexican. She's Dominican, which is a territory of Mexico. What if she's still alive? What if I got her? Holy shit. Ron, $25. Thanks, man. I'm 34, a computer programmer. Been working here for 8 months. My supervisor just left because of the BS. Now they're putting his responsibilities on me without proper training. I will fail. Feel like quitting. What should I do? Yeah, quit. Now here. Okay. Hey, I'm going to get coffee. Everybody sing the Girl from Ipanema song. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and every time she passes, when she walks, she's like a samba that sways so smooth and oh so gently and oh, can I tell her I love her? Yes. Oh, that's not warm enough. I will microwave it again. Because the coffee's not warm enough. It's liquid, though not as tough. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking in Scooby-Doo and Shaggy too. All right. And this is where I earn my keep. There's your daytime job. But then there are other mandatory part-time jobs. One of that is working out. Another is you should be trying to get an angle on some kind of self-employment gig, something you could do on the side. And the third thing is you are always looking for another job. The first thing you do when you get a job offer in the mail is you start looking for another job. I'm not saying it's a full-time, but once a week, spend an hour, get a recruiter and tell your recruiter, don't contact me unless it pays this much and has these type of these requirements. Okay, I know it's not going to come across your desk every day, but if something like that does, please contact me. And you always have your finger in the market, always. So if something like this occurs, you might have a job offer or you might have some leads. And then you're not forced to take this, because the reason I say this is because I was there. Finally, I got a job I can eat now. No, you never rest. And you're going to save yourself the stress and agony and pain if you just do an hour a week looking for another job. Not to say you're going to take it, you just see what's out there. So what you got to do is, I mean, do you have an FU fund? Do you have enough money to last 3 to 6 months? Because I agree with you. You are going to fail. Your boss quit for a reason. Sounds like a sinking ship. Take a look at the Glassdoor reviews if it's there. It's still not warm enough. And yeah, because the other thing is they're going to fire you. That would be the other thing. Because I guarantee you, whoever was in charge of your boss is a megalomaniac, incompetent dipshit. And you're just going to have to, and they didn't. they didn't give you any training. You know, I'm pretty sure it's a Gen Xer. Boomers are pretty much gone now. So you got to find another job. And honestly, what I would do is if you have the money to reserved and backed up 3 to 6 months, yeah, I'd quit. I'd go work again. Security is security. I always work security. I've been working security for 26 years now. Not full time, on and off here and there. But if the shit ever hit the fan, I can always go work security. So yeah, I would, if you got the money, I would quit. And I'd start looking for another job. That's all you can really do. Scrolling. 500 yen. That's $5, isn't it? Wasn't the yen always yen to dollars? Who's in Japan? Got people listening in Japan. Yeah, that's $5. Thanks, man. CM, the contractor for your house was trying to gouge you by charging extra for materials at the last minute. No, thanks. No. It wasn't that. This is how incompetent they were. I needed to know what the total price of the house was before we go any further. Like, hey, give me a ballpark. Like, there's no reason for it. Even before we started getting quotes for materials, I'm like, what's this design going to cost roughly? Well, we don't know. I'm like, okay, all right, but give me a. So finally they do some number crunching and they came up with like 400. I'm like, okay, that's really, really high at my upper limit. You know, like I really, that'd be stretching and I don't want to mortgage again. And, but it was within range. Like it's like, okay, all right, we can scale back on a lot of stuff then. Again, this was not a terribly luxurious house. So we whittle it down and I could get it down to 320. I'm like, okay, let's go. So then haul ass all the way out to Rapid City because now we got to pick specific stuff. And like, I don't have to finish the basement. You know me. I like to keep things very minimal. And then it turns out I was only getting the quote from the general contractor. It didn't include the electrician, the plumber, cabinets, or materials. These dipshits were so dumb for the past month and a half. They thought when I said, well, what's this house going to cost? I guess apparently that just meant the general contractor. So it wasn't like, here's sticker shock. It was, they were never quoting me the price of the house. They were just quoting me essentially labor is what it was. And so that level of stupid, it's like, okay, I don't care. You could quote me $100,000 for the dream house of I won't believe it because I have a feeling you're just not competent. You're not going to do it. What other spectacular brain farts were there? Like, did you just have a stroke? Did you just come down with like stage 8 Alzheimer's? You can't work with that. So it didn't even get off the ground. So it wasn't like this, there's a hole in the ground. And now all of a sudden I got to come up with another 10 or 15 grand. It wasn't that. And I'm glad I had this experience because now I'm completely jaded. I'm completely cynical more than I was before. And now I know exactly what to look out for. Like I say, it costs this. I'm like, no, it doesn't. Over at Menards, it costs that. Are you sure you want to quote me that? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Never, well, I wouldn't say never. But I may not even build the damn house. I may not. I may just sell the land and say, fuck it, I'll rent for the rest of my life. I can rent a quaint little apartment in Rapid City. I don't need to be a homeowner. I don't need to mow shit. $4.99 from Sam. Some of my friends don't even want to go to strip joints anymore, but they go to baby showers. Oh my God. If you guys ever come to the Twin Cities, you got to go to the Lamplighter Strip bar in St. Paul. It's just it's the Star Wars bar of strip bars. You got to go there. It's hilarious. Yeah, that's what happens, Sam. That's what happens. I went to one like baby shower one time, and the girls like, "Oh my God, it's gonna have this, we have these games." I'm like, "Oh, fuck this shit." Went out and played badminton with the guys. Cynic and Chief, $2. This goes towards singing lessons. That was awful. Oh, yeah, will you send me your greatest hits on an album there, Cynic? $5 from Josip. Aaron, I ducked my high school bullies. Oh, you fucked. Oh, I see. You got to say duck because YouTube won't allow for freedom. You fucked your high school bully's hot mom. Best revenge ever. She was a hot MILF and great. Dude, bravo. That is some weapons grade revenge right there. That is awesome. You banged your bully's mom. You can call me daddy now. $2 from half dollar. Ever have to subdue someone as a security guard? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just, yeah. I mean, it's not exciting, or I guess it is exciting, but usually they're drunk, so it's not that hard. And me being a smaller guy, I don't fuck around. I go straight for the mace. And you got to do everything right and legal. Excuse me, you're trespassing, sir. And then fuck you. And then the best one was, to the stereotype black guy, ruin it for the rest of you. Drunk and just had his pants down below his crotch. And I'm like, excuse me, sir, sorry, sir, fuck you, want to kick your goddamn ass. And I just pulled his pants down, pushed him back. Not a lot of strategy with that droopy pants shit. I just dragged his ass out. I don't know. $5 from the bearded nemophilist. Give MJ more consults. Big tatas equals big dollars. Keep up the great work, Cappy. Yeah, no, I don't mind tossing her some money. She's a nice. Here's the other thing about Mary Jo. Don't tell her I said this, but she's a nice, sweet gal too. She's nice. I like her. What else? Yeah, and if you want, you get the pinups. If you guys want to see her pinups, they're not rated R. Don't get too excited, but rated PG-15. I'm like, hello. You can get that at the Patreon if you become a Patreon member. Patreon.com/Aaron Clarey. Do-do-do. Boo-doo-boo. Bee-dee-bee. That's it. All right. I got to get going, guys. I got to shower and I got to hop on the bike and I got to go be manly. If you would kindly check out the League of Extraordinary Podcasters. If you're done listening to my podcast, check out some other podcasters. 405media.com, financialsurvivalnetwork.com with Kerry Lutz. Canto Talk, starring Silvio Canto, Canto. Unlike Mary Jo, he is a Latino who actually experienced communism and didn't like it and is way more educated and not as ignorant about politics as she is. FrankSurvey.com, OSheaJackson.com, TJMartinell.com. That's for all you teen heartthrobs out there if you're looking for a 21-year-old boy to listen to. World-class bullshitters, entrepreneurs in cars. That's on YouTube. Podcast.michaelkingswood.com. Also at noncommunistsciencefiction.com. If you like your science fiction without communism, which is rare, go to noncommunist science fiction. Safetyphd.com with our good buddy, Dr. David Perodin. He's not awake. Where's Bacon? Normally I bet you he's sleeping. I bet you he's zonked out. Go to thegoddamnbacon.com. Tune into his podcast. And the School Sucks podcast. Also, finally, if you would like to help out me, and God, I'd love nothing more than have $500,000. Like, there's your fucking money, build me my fucking house, bitch. You can go to olderbrother.com/donate. You can donate to PayPal. There's a PayPal link. You get nothing in exchange. You could go to the patreon.com/Aaron Clarey link that is also there. You click on that and you donate, and then you get access to Mary Jo's pinups, the Road Trip podcast, of which there's 2 episodes, and Sanity, the post. Sanity is the future of wealth. My best post ever. I have a feeling I know why most of you guys will sign up for that. And then finally, if you really want to help out and have it not cost you anything, all you have to do is do all your shopping on Amazon through my affiliate link. You go to olderbrother.com/donate. You click on the Amazon banner, and then you do your shopping. Do not use the app. Do not use the app. Don't just go to Amazon.com. Go to olderbrother.com/donate. Click on the Amazon banner, and then do all your shopping. You don't sign up or anything. You just click on that link. Then they say, oh, you came from Clarey's side. Okay. And then I get a 6 to 7% commission and cut. And you're going to get what you were going to get anyway. You don't even pay extra. All right. It's just Jeff Bezos and now his wife giving me 7%. It's like a commission check. All right. Final. Oh, I got to save that. 90s. Oh, see, here come the late super chats. I did pretty good without Chad around here shaking his little CPA tushy. $4. Oh, no, not 4.99 pounds. That's like $6. Surely all the bull you dislike of corporate America is present in the military. Yeah, I'm sure it is, but the military is great. Do what we fucking say now. There's no like confusion. And the pay is way better. You got free food, clothing, and shelter, and they're actually going to challenge you. I've gone over why I like the military more than anything. I've never been there. Why I recommend the military for young people, because you're not going to have a real job. You're just not. All right, that's it. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.